So we're going to talk about Apache Ant. Apache Ant. What is Apache Ant? First thing is like what is Apache? Apache Ant. Apache Ant is a build tool. It's a build tool developed using Java. Developed using Java. Using Java. Okay. Basically, it was developed using Java and then it was implemented for Java. Implemented for Java project, but you can use it for any other project. So but it is having inbuilt feature with the Java itself, because as it was developed using Java, so it has a many functionality which supports the Java project. Okay. Why do we need a Java first thing, like why do we need a build tool? Why do we need a build tool? Let's understand. So uh, we have a multiple procedures, which we do. So normally, in order to build the software in a centralized environment, you copy the source code. I'm just taking the simple example. You copy the source code. Okay. And then you basically create an infrastructure, infrastructure. So it could be creating directory, deleting, copying this, that, and stuff like that. And after that, you copy the third party artifactory as well, artifactory as well. And end of that, you compile it. Okay. You package it, and then you upload. If you want to upload it somewhere, you can do that. So you if someone asks you as a build engineers, you have to do certain these activities every day, then we'll get fed up, because these are the things you can easily automate it. So, and every time you have to initiate a build, and every time you have to do the build, you have to follow the same procedure. So can't we automate it? Of course, if you automate it, you can save lots of time. You can and same time you can spend it somewhere else, learning and improving your infrastructure, build infrastructure to the next level. So how can you automate it? So to automate the build infrastructure, to automate the compilation process, we need a tool. Okay. And Apache Ant is one of the build tool which help us to automate all of our infrastructure. So if you have a project, if you have a source code somewhere in Git or SBN, what you want to do to compile it? Basically, you're going to copy from the Git to local repository, and then you're going to set the compiler. You're going to set the all the variables required for the compilation. You're going to download all the tools, whatever is needed for the compilation, and then end of that time you can compile these codes. You get the binaries, you package it, and you push it to FTP or some artifactory repository, maybe Nexus or Artifactory or something like that. So these are the activities you can very well automate it, because these are the activities like frequently done activities. Like for any compilation process, you have to do that. So that's the reason we use build tools like Apache and for this infrastructure. It was developed using Java, and it is basically was implemented for the Java, but we have a many tasks as well which help us to execute other programming languages as well. Okay, so that is all about what is Ant, and why do we need it, this tool. Do we have any confusion till now on this part? No. Okay. So next thing is like how can you do that? So next thing, what is Ant is okay, but let's try to write a automation of it. So let's say how to write a sample build sample Apache Ant script. Okay, how to write it? So basically, uh, Apache Ant default file, which is called build.xml. It is XML based file. Yeah, tell me.
Nothing, nothing.
Okay, so how to write a sample Apache Ant script? So Apache Ant script basically it has a build.xml in which everything it's been written. Okay, the file it can be different name all together. Okay, it could be build file as well. It could be build file.xml. So similar name it can be. So you can keep it any name, but it has to be XML, and that XML should be having specific elements which can be supported with Apache. Okay, so this is all about like if you want to write a Apache script, then you have to write a XML file which can be a build.xml. Next thing is like how to install Apache. Okay, how to install Apache. So installation is pretty straightforward. What you want to do is like first of all you want to go to the Apache org. So let me show you this page, Apache and binary distribution. Under the download section you find this zip tar and once again tar bcc. So you download this zip folder, unzip it, and then you need to set two variables, and home, and as you know
Java.
this is Java based application, so you should be having Java home set as well. Okay, one more thing, if you want to run the ant command over the command line without giving the full path, then better you set add into the path as well. So ath, so you go to add path is equal to dollar path and then dollar path. Oops, what I said. Ant underscore home slash bin. So if you want, so these three variables are required if you want to run basically two variable, but if you want to call it ant from anywhere over the command prompt without setting up the whole path of the ant.exes, then normally you have to set the three one. Ant home, which is the folder where we have a bin conf and all the stuff. So let me show you. So the moment you unzip it, the file, then you get directly a structure like this, and here it's not there. Let's check it out. It's there installed. This is Maven, and it installed somewhere. I'm looking for the location where I had installed it, and it should be let me get it from directly from this place. Go to advanced. So if you are using Windows, then you have to set it under the environment variable. So ant home is under C program file Apache ant. You can see it here.
Yeah.
So my ant home C program files Apache ant. Okay, so let's move it. I will move it to this place and cut, and I will put it under the tools folder. So all of my installation folder will be in one place. Okay. Now I just put it rename with ant, so that will be easy to set. Now if you unzip it, you will get this directory structure. I'll have to modify this ant home. So let's modify it, and done. Okay, same time you have to add into the path as well. So let me go and check the path, and it's been, let me check where is this ant here. So it should be program files. Let me remove tools. It should be bin, and just to copy and go to path, end of that line, just to press copy. Okay, done.
So this is the way you can set it up. Three variables has to be set. Uh, Java home, ant home, and you have to set the ant home bin folder under the part, and your ant installation is done. So that is about how to install Apache Ant. Now next question is how to verify Ant is installed or not. So if you type ant-v, then it will tell you that what version you have installed. So it's 1.9.5. That means you have installed the ant version. So how to verify is done. Stop me for any questions if you have it. Okay, verify. Next thing is like how to compile and program. How to compile. How to compile. So compilation is pretty simple. If you have a build.xml, so let's create one directory mkdir ant is already there. So ant1, let's create it ant1 cd ant1, and then underneath I don't have any directory, you can see that. So underneath, if you go and create one build.xml, here build.xml, suppose this is your configuration file, then how to compile it is like ant. So if that file name is straightforward, if the file name is build.xml, just you type ant in the directory, and if the file name is different than ant.build.xml, then you type ant hyphen f and then build file name, build file.xml. So this is the way you can compile. That is all about it. So what we talked about now, what is ant, okay, how to write a sample build ant script. Part of it we have to write build.xml. How to install it, so we set the three variables ant home, java home, and we set the ant home bin under the path. How to verify it, so we over the command line we type ant space hyphen v, and then we verify the ant installation. And next one is how to compile it. So if the file name is build.xml, just you type ant. If file name is not build.xml, then you have to add hyphen f option and you put the file name and you can compile it. Now next question, which is the most important question, is like now how we're going to write the ant.xml, and that is what we have to understand it. So let's try to understand it. Remember, every time whenever you start writing a build.xml and automation, it has a four important element. Okay, one is project, next one is property, next third one is target, and last one is task. Okay, so whenever you start writing the build.xml, the first element which has to be there as part of each build.xml is project. Okay, next one is if you want to define some of the property. Okay, I'm getting some background noise from some place. I don't know from where I'm getting. If can you mute yourself? Yeah, now I'm not getting. Okay, so the first element has to be define project. Okay, next element, if you want to define some variable and their values, then you define the properties. And target is nothing but a collections of tasks. Target is just a logical block, collections of tasks. And task is a functionality, one unit functionality, unit function. So basically, if you want to do something like this, if you want to do something like create a directory. Okay, if you want to say something like create a directory, so this is one task. This is one task. Out similar way, whatever you do in automation, in your build automation infrastructure, whatever you do, that is converted into the task. If you put multiple tasks, okay, under one target, kind of logical block, then that will be a target. You can have as many properties you wanted, but there'll be only one project under one configuration file. Okay, so that is all about Apache Ant. And if you understand these four building blocks of Apache Ant, you'll be will be able to write the build.xml Apache Ant script very easily. Okay, so let's recap it. If you're going to write your ant build.xml, you must remember four elements: project, property, target, and task. Now next thing is like how can we write a sample build.xml. So let's go ahead and write sample build.xml. So as I said, every project.xml should be having project element. So you have to give the name of this element is equal to let's say like my project. Okay, one of the attributes should be base directory. Let's give dot, and the next is default is equal to will fill in a while. So this is all about the project uh, project uh, elements. Next is property. So let's say property name is equal to, let's say name, let's say property name is equal to, and the value is equal to Ramesh. Okay, and the property. So as of now I'm not closing the project, because as I said, you can have only one project element in a project. So if you close it, it will end the project. But property already I have defined it, so I'm closing it. Next thing is you should be having the target. Okay, so target, let's have create one target. Let's say target name is target name is equal to first. So let's say first, and it should be having a, so I just said like under the target you should be having collections of tasks. So let's use one task which is to display some message. So the task name is echo message. This is my first project. This is my first project. Project. One more task you put it same echo message. My name is dollar name and close. Now I have got one project element, and you have to give specify the project name. Okay, you have to also specify the base directory from where it should start. So normally you put it dot, and default. Okay, so Satya is saying, could you please brief with example about property element? We will see that. We will see in this example only. Let's wait for few minutes. Okay. So property is nothing but a huge kind of variable. You are defining, and same variable you're using it. So as of now you see that I have defined one property that is called name, and the value of this property is Ramesh, and I'm trying to use this property here. My name is Ramesh. So same thing I'm using property. So same way you can use as many property you want it in your projects. Okay, so I'm closing the target now. Okay, and now I'm closing the project. Okay, so this is my simple build.xml. Now let's execute it. Okay, so let's go to the directory. Okay, let's go to this file and save it. I just saved it, and now compile it. And if I just type and, says build successful. Okay, so we have to look at it why that build successful. Now build has successful. Okay, but one thing you have noticed, there's no echo has happened. So I am going to check the things why. So if you look at it, I did not specify the target name, so I have to specify the target name as well, which I missed out last time. So first, so now if I run it again, and now you see the difference. Okay, build has failed due to some reason, and we'll troubleshoot. Hello.
Thus, there is a typo in that script.
Yep. Actually, yep. We wanted to have some what do you say this? Uh,
In the target section, third
yeah,
line.
I get it, but we wanted to show you some error actually.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
Okay. So now we have an error. I mean, now we have a failed. Now we have to look at it. So if you look at it, that the stuff, it will tell you which build number it has issues. Now look at this. 6. Problem failed to create task or type. So that way you can troubleshoot as well. Okay. Now if I save it and run, and now it says first, that first target name is executing. This is my first name and my name is Ramesh, and this is the where you can use your property here. Okay. So what we discussed till now is like how to create a basic project in Ant. Is there any questions till now?
No.
Is that understood properly?
Yes.
Okay, so let me reiterate one more time. Whenever you start writing it, you don't have to recollect so many stuff. Like there's an unlimited task, you have it. What I am using only one of the tasks. Okay, so you must remember four elements: project, property, target, and task. Okay, and these are the basic building blocks of writing any and script. Okay, now we'll complicate the task. We now will do much more better than that. Okay, so now just a second. Okay, so now this is our first program we have completed. Now we will do the real analysis. So whenever you start automating the build infrastructure, what you do normally? Okay, you normally create a few directory structure, right? Create a directory structure. Before that, you clean the existing directory structure, so and create fresh. So that is what you say clean build. So clean a directory structure, okay, and then create a directory structure. Okay, sometime you copy the directory source code from the git or SVN or some other locations as well. So that is one of the possibilities also you can do that. Okay, so copy the directory structure as well, but we will just skip it because we will do something different. So clean the directory structure, create the directory structure. After that, we do the compilation. Compilation. Next thing we do the package. So these are the basic building blocks. You do that as part of normal activities. But yeah, these are the basic. There could be much more applications. There could be much more stuff we can have it, and we can do that. But again, it's again depends on the what kind of automation you're doing. So for cleaning the directory, so now you just need to play. If you look at my script here, okay, everything is up to date now. Everything is well formatted. What we can do now, we can start writing multiple uh, things like cleaning the directory, creating a directory, compilation package. So let's do that. So creating a directory structure, first of all cleaning the directory structure. So we need a target name for that. So normally whenever you want to find out the list of tasks which is available, then you have to go to Apache and tasks list, and there's one page dedicated over the apache.org, and which will tell you all the tasks whatever it has it, and it has more than 100 tasks, more than 150 tasks I believe it has it. So now what you want to do, clean the directory structure. So I know that if there is a task for that, cleaning the directory structure, that is called delete. Sorry. So delete task, it can delete single file or a specified directory as well, and all the related folders. So let's, as of now we don't know what to delete, what to clean it, but let's do that. Let's put it that delete file. Let's put it this code under the section Where is this code? Here it is. So I want to delete files, and same where here you can have examples, so you can look at it and see that I want to delete folder as well. I'm just putting the code. We will change the entry later point of the time. Okay, once we realize. So I'm, as of now, I'm collecting just a task for my work. Okay, so I wanted to delete file, so I just put the task in it. I wanted to delete folder, I directly I put the task here, and let's put one echo message top of it. This is my cleaning task. This is my cleaning tasks. Okay, next thing what we discuss is we clean the directory. Now we have to create the directory. So for creating the directory also we have a task, and that task, I know that name of the task is mkdir. Okay, so mkdir is task name. If you want to create the directory, here is that. Okay, so I'm going to put under the build.xml by giving one more entry, and just I'll disable it. I just give the echo for this one as also. This is for init. Okay, so I did one cleaning, I have done it, one creating, I have done it. Now compilation. So for compilation, if you have a project that is Java based, you need a source code. Okay, so we will copy the source code as well, but let's create a task for it. So this is my compilation, and we do have a task. And if you are coming from the Java background, Jabec is the way using that we compile the programs. So this is the which has all the explanation. You can read it more about it. Examples, just I'll copy it and we'll fill as we go on. Okay, now next algorithm, what was the packaging the task. So now we have to package it. So packaging should be done in terms of zip, jar, or whatever. So let's say jarring. So we have a one job called jar. Okay, let's create a jar file here. Okay, and now if you look at my task list, I have got almost all the tasks. This is for packaging. Now let's delete these two extra lines. Done. So now if you look at my page here, I have a target name. First one is, this is cleaning the task. This is the creating the directory. Third one is for compilation, and fourth one is for packaging. But one more thing you have to remember, you need to have a folder structure for that. So you need to decide upon what directory you want to delete. So before that, what directory you want to delete, I have to decide what directory you are creating it. So I am creating two directory. Okay, let's create a two directory. One directory I am creating class. Okay, another directory I'm creating bin, live. Let's convert the class to bin. That will be more standard thing. So under the bin, all of my class file will be located after the compilation. Okay, under the lib file, my jar file will be located after the packaging. Okay, so I have created two directory structure. So by default, if I have created two directory structure, I have to delete two a directory here as well. So let's delete this bin and lib. Oh, sorry, lib. Done. So I deleted it. Now again I create it, so it will be clean build. Now I have to compile it. For compilation, okay, my source code is somewhere in source directory. So where are we going to set it up? So let's find out some of the source file. So let's say we have some source file. Let's see. Let's say this is the place where we have a source file. Okay, I'm just copying the source file. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to create a uh, property for it. So let's create a property for this, because this is a long path. You should set the property so always it will be taken. So the property name is src. I put the value, hard coding the value of the source here, and let delete this entry. And now my source is defined. Now next is build. So instead of build, I'm going to use the bin, because this is the place where I want to put my class file. Okay, class path, let's get rid of it, and destinations and all, let's get rid of it. It's not needed as of now. Okay, so this will be my compilation. Now what next? I have to create a libraries files also. So under the lib, it should create a app.jar. So let's delete extra folder. From where it should take it? It should be taking from the bin. Let's delete this one also. Path, we don't need too many paths, and I don't need this one. I'm not excluding anything as of now. Okay, so this is my done. This is my creating the task. This is this is my cleaning. This is my creating the directory structure. This is for compilation, and this is for jarring. Now let's run this program. It has failed. 23 line number, destination directory, ant1 bin is not available. So 23 ant1 bin is not available. So where is referring actually? We'll have to look at it. C users Rajesh ant1. So let's look at it. C users Rajesh ant1 bin, and bin. Okay, so if you look at it, I'm referring it here bin, but I have not defined any variable. So let's define it one more variable, bin, here, and it should be bin folder itself. And src is defined. Lib also is not defined, so I have to define lib also. Lib. So we are slowly we are complicating the scripts. So src is defined, bin defined, lib defined, everything is defined. So now let's try to build it. Now build has successful. Now let's go to the directory, and you see that it has created a bin. Here you have a class file. After the compilation, it has a app.jar file, which we were looking for. Now this is the structure. Till now, do you have any questions on this?
No.
Okay, so what we did now, we started slowing that, creating a complex stuff. Now you notice one thing. In this program, we have one disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is, like, if you want to only delete the file, or only create the file, or only compile the file, that is not going to happen. So there's a drawbacks in it. Suppose if I want to create only jar file, or only compile it, so how can you do that? This, because you have only one target, you cannot do that. So let's convert into different target. Okay, so now we'll convert into different targets. So start element is target, end element is target, and let's put all of this into different targets. So target, so this is the one target. How many? 1 2 3 4. So there should be 4 target. 2 3 4. Now let's put this one into one target underneath this one, and let's name it, the target name is equal to clean, because we are deleting that file. So let's name it clean. Okay, echo delete. Just let's put the better structure, so make you understand. Now this one, let's put it in under this target, and let's name it is equal to init. Now next one is compile. So I'm putting in the this, let's say name is equal to compile. Okay, and next target is packaging. So this one I will put it under packaging. Go jar packaging. So this is how we did it. Let's delete this one. So now if you see that I've got a 4 targets. Under each target we have few tasks: clean, init, compile, and package. Now if you want to execute any of these tasks, okay, let's clear the screen. If you want to execute only the, suppose compile, then you call it specifically target. So I just call it compile target, and it has a failed due to reason, some typo maybe. uh, Target in a, without a name attribute, so this is having without name, so that's my problem. We have to fix it, and it is package and compile target name is equal to compile. This is given actually. Target means without a name attributes. Let's do that. Compile, and now it has compiled. Now if you want to only the delete the file structure, clean, let's do that, clean. Now you see that it deleted the folder structure. So if you look at it here, it has only build.xml. So that way, if you want only one target to be executed, you can convert into multiple logical blocks. But what if you want to do whole stuff? Then if you do the whole stuff, nothing is there, because you have to set one target here. So which one you set it? You tell me. Now you come up with a logic. Which one you're going to set it up so everything will be completed?
First.
No, if you set the first, let's say if you set the first, okay, only that will be done. So let's say like this, and it says, okay, just some issues with that attributes. So target 22, some typo is there, I believe. Line number 22, T associated with the element type character. So some issues with 22. Here it is. Okay. Now it will not show that. If you type ant, it will just do the cleaning. Rest of the activities will not do. So what you have to do, you have to create a, you have to logic, you have to use your logic, which one has to be done first. So clean has to be done first. After this has to be done first. After this done has to be first. Last this has to be done first. This has to be done. So
So yeah.
without packaging, without compilation, you cannot do the packaging. Without uh, creating the directory, you cannot compile it. Without cleaning it, you cannot create it. So everything is dependent on that. So let's play with the dependence. So my package is depends on compile. Okay. Now my compile is depends on
Init.
init,
Init.
and my init is depends on
Clean.
and clean cannot be depends on anything else because it's the first one. So you have to basically put the package in your default target here. So if you call packages, your ant script will call packages. Package will internally first do the compilation and then control back to the packages. But the moment package is executed, the control goes back to the compile. From the compile, control goes back to the init. From init, control goes back to the clean. So first clean will happen, then init, then compile, then package. That is how that ant dependency management works. Okay. So now if you do ls and you type ant, and now see everything is happening in a flow. So first thing clean has happened, then init, then compile, then package. Okay, make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so this is all about ant. Okay, this is all about ant. So you must be thinking like we have covered only 5 6 tasks like echo, delete, mkdir, javac, and jar. 5 6 tasks. What about the rest of the tasks? So it completely depends on that. What is your project requirement? Okay, you have to have a more than 200 of tasks. It's up to you what task you have got it. So the moment you have got any task, something like you have to automate some certain environment, so you are going to write a pseudo code is nothing but a kind of steps in writing saying that you have to do this one, I have to do this one, you have to do this one, like that. So once you complete your pseudo code, or that is also sometimes you call it algorithm, if you complete the algorithm or pseudo code, after that you convert that pseudo code into the tasks, just like I did it. I had a few tasks, and I just had a few tasks, and I wanted to automate my infrastructure, like add this task, clean the directory, create directory, and all stuff like that. So I found the task according to that. Is that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so some of the tasks, actually you have a PPT as well, I'm going to send to you. Some of the tasks which is very commonly used, I'm going to talk about it. Suppose if you want to call any you have a two files basically. Okay, so if you want to call any other file from you have a two build.xml, and from one build.xml you want to call any other build.xml, then you're going to use the task call ant. Okay, the examples are given here like this is the one example. Okay, ant call. So suppose from one target you have only one build.xml, under this you have many targets basically, and you want to call some specific target from any other targets, then you're going to use call ant call. Okay, apt you're going to use with a sudo apt packages. Okay, you can use base name for finding the script name. These are the zipping mechanism. Okay, cab, if you know, if you're in Java you must be knowing actually. Change group you can do through this task. Change permission you can do through ch mode. Ownership change you can do through chon. Okay, clear case task you can do through this one. You can copy, do the things, copying the files and directory. Copy dir and copy file has been deprecated, that's the reason I'm using this url. So you should always use this url only for the referencing the task. That way what will happen, if some of the task is getting deprecated, then you will be having information about it. So these two tasks has been deprecated. Any cvs related task you want to do using cvs. Okay, like here del tree has been deprecated, but delete you can use it for deleting the things. These all tasks are related to cvs. Again, er is a form of packaging, you can use it. Echo just be used to display the message. You can also use the echo property to display the properties of the message. Okay, one task which I find very useful is exec. So if you are having the project which is non-Java based, then you can call exec task. So in exec task, what you're going to do basically, you're going to call any executable. For example, let's say in this it's calling the cmd.exe. Same goes with same concept here. You can replace the perl, python, exe or any program, and you can execute any command line arguments on any visual studio, python, perl, shell scripting, or anything you can do through this exec task. So that's the advantage of exec task. Apart from that, you have a ftp related task as well. Gunzip, zip, tar, bzip, every kind of task you have it. Compilation you have a java, for runtime you have a java, you know and all this stuff. So there's so many tasks, it completely depends on what exactly. If you want to load any property file, then you can use using the property file. If we have used a property to define the property. So this is all about it. And you have so many other tasks here as well. Var you have it, which we have used it. Unjar, untar, unvar, unzip. So all these tasks you can use it. Depends upon you use. So you have a hell lot of tasks. It's the task whatever you have. It's a kind of list of tasks which you can use it, and in your program. But the only thing is like, first you get a requirement. Don't get
scared of the requirement, first you write an algorithm, write a pseudocode of each steps, and then set, and after that you're going to plan the blocks, logical blocks, that is nothing but a target, and then you plan it targets and then convert the each steps using the task which you have it here, and then you'll be able to write very good programming. Some of the sample application I also have put it under GitHub here, like there's a one project which I have kept it here. If you want to try it out, hello world Java. So it has a build.xml and one source file. Okay, so this is just a starting point. It has a create, compile, same goes with that, also package, clean. So I'll share with you this path, so you can download it and try it out. I'll send you the PPT as well. You do the practice, and I will send you few important things, like one thing let me put it for my note actually. uh, you have quiz, assignment, and project. I'm going to send you after this training this three stuff. By tomorrow you're going to come back with me answering the quiz, assignments, and project. So I will take this as a kind of completion. Okay, so and if
Okay.
you have any questions during the assignments, performing the projects, you can come back to me and ask the question again tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
so do you have any questions related to understanding the ant now?
As of now, no problem.
Okay, I follow that notepad way because that way I can explain the whole stuff. Same thing you have in these PPTs. I'll send you 2 to 3 PPTs. Just spend half an hour time. Whatever I explained to you, same thing it's there in PPT as well, in a more descriptive and a standard language, with a standard language. Okay, because my
Okay.
I have my own ways to explain it, but I cannot use that wording in PPTs because it can be shared to different places as well. So it has a standard word. Okay, so just go through that and understand it, learn about it, and perform all these tasks like assignments and project. And let's connect tomorrow for the class of Maven. First I will try to answer all of your and questions, and if you do not have the question, I'll check the assignments and project, and after that we're going to talk about the Maven, Apache Maven. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so let's see you tomorrow. I'll send you that email in a while, and let's practice it as much you can.
And Raj, is this a link or any other material with the assignment and projects?
I will. These are the links actually. I'll send
Okay.
you
Okay.
this PPT, PDF, and all sort of things, and I'll send you the links for the assignments, quiz, and project.
Okay. And previous class materials, Raj.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send it. Yeah.
Okay.
Satya, you have any questions on that? Satya? No. Okay, cool. So, okay, I will wait for you to guys to complete your assignments, and let's see you tomorrow. Same time, Maven for the Maven class. Okay.
Okay.
And Satya, you correct your headphone actually, yeah. That's good. That will be good to talk to you and stuff like that. Okay, then let's wrap it up. Good night.
Okay. Good night, Raj.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.